This is your chance to ask any questions that you have. The sky's the limit, saving money preferably. And it's also a great time to come with a different topic each week, a way to kind of learn something new or be refreshed on something if it's been a while since you last did it. So tonight, I wanted to talk about how to spot a sale. We've got a lot of folks that are jumping back into it or are brand new. And so I know you can use the lists on Southern Savers. That's my goal, obviously, is to do the work for you. But if you're walking through the store, how do I know that what I'm looking at is a good price? Because honestly, walking through the store, half of the stores that you're in, the bigger the sale tag and the more colorful the sale tag gets, sometimes the worse the deal is getting. So it's really being able to know, you know what, that right there is a great price. And some of that comes with the more time that you've couponed, but some of it you can easily spot just knowing what we're looking for. So that's what I want to talk about tonight. If you have questions though, they can totally be off topic. I'm okay with that. So if you want to talk CVS or Target's car seat trade-in, whatever, I'm okay with it. So leave your questions in the comments, and between myself or my husband, one of us will make sure that I see it and that I get an answer for you. That's the goal. And hello to everyone that's popping in from all over. Mary in Louisiana, you guys have another hurricane headed at you. So I hope that you're good from the last one and that you're ready for this next one. And Bridget from Jacksonville, it's good to see folks from all over. It's always fun. Saving with Susanna says she just got 5 shampoos for $1.85. That's the fun of it right there. It's things like that that get people hooked. So as we dive in, I have a lot. I actually tried to be super organized as to where I wanted us to go tonight, and hopefully we'll get through it all. In terms of getting into the basics, I do want to show you what I am looking for as I go through a weekly ad. So when you're using the lists that are on Southern Savers, I've gone through the ad and typed up what I feel is a decent price. So the lists that we do, you know, they're there, you can use them, it's free. They're not the entire weekly ad. And that is important to know because it's not helpful to you. There's a lot in a weekly ad that is not a good price. So you need to be able to quickly spot that yourself if you're not wanting to use one of the lists that I've done. You want to be your own person in the store, that's great. But just realize that because it's in the weekly ad does not mean that this is the time to grab it. That's probably the number one worst thing that you could do. There's a ton of placements here. People have paid to put it there, or the store is putting it there so that you will purchase it, but it is not a good deal. So this is the Publix current ad that is good through tomorrow night. I mean, obviously, we're not gonna run out and grab these deals tonight, but it's a great way to kind of break down what is decent and what is not decent in an ad. And let me see, we're gonna take this puppy as big as we can get it. So just, you know, front page of Publix's ad, and you can do this with any store, mind you. The first thing to look at for your grocery store is, does the ad give you math? So Publix does, it used to be green, it's now black in a lot of their ads, and I can't get really close to it or these little boxes are changing. You know what, actually, I guess I'll click on it and maybe it'll pop it up maybe we'll be able to see it better. So here's our math at the bottom. We see a save up to that same bit is what is printed in the ad. That's what I want you to use. Use the math that is in your ad because that's what I'm using. Our goal is to purchase items that are 40% off or more. Now, I don't need you to get a calculator here. If you're not a numbers person, that's fine. Again, if it's a list that's on Southern Savers, I've already done this. But if you're in an area and I don't cover your grocery store, you're not gonna need a calculator to spot some of these items. They're gonna be so off, so bad, that you don't need anybody to tell you. You know that a 10-cent savings is not 40% of the price. Here, I'm saving $1 on these cookies. The cookies cost $4. Are they after the sale? So you're saving 25%, but you're not saving 40%. The other thing that's going to help you as you shop more is learning, oh wait, these go buy one, get one. They go buy one, get one on a pretty regular basis. That's what I want to wait for. So sometimes just knowing your store's promotions, that isn't going to magically happen until you've been, following your store for a little while. So if this is week 1 for you and you're just getting started, I'm not going to magically know what has or hasn't been on sale. I have a tip for you on that one in a minute. But just looking at the math is going to help you. So that math, I can't get near it or it'll give me that funny box. But it is that bolded dark line that's underneath every single item. In the Southeast, most grocery stores give us math except Kroger. Kroger is one of the biggest stores that gives us no math. It used to be Kroger and Food Lion, but Food Lion started giving us math, so yay for them. But Kroger is the one store that you will need to just either let me hold your hand or you're going to have to go in blind. And you're just going to have to know what a normal price for that item is. And that's hard when you're first getting started. So use the math. That's going to help you easily spot what's 40%. Obviously, to pop this ad back up, our buy one get ones, which is this Nathan's beef franks right here, and its big black dot is that buy one get one dot. Buy one get ones are great. They're 50% off. We haven't even used a coupon here. That's our goal. That 40% mark, that's before coupons. That's our goal. So you will quickly be able to spot that. Another example here that is, and I know you can't read it, but this Pace Picante sauce, it's 3 for $5 on sale, so it's $1.66. These are the 16-ounce jars. This isn't a small jar. But the save up to is $3.67 off of 3. So you do the math on that. You're going to pay $1.66, but you're really saving $1.20 off each jar. We're there. That's our 40%. That's the mark we're looking at. And no, I'm not getting out a calculator for that. It could be 39 point something, but we are really close. And that's as close as I need you to be. There's not going to be a test at the end to see how spot on you were with your 40%. You're really going to be able to spot them. But use that math as your tool for being able to spot it. And also pay attention to your deals. Publix doesn't do a lot of this, but well, here's one example. Lipton tea right here. I'm going to slide this guy over. This is Lipton tea 12 pack. It's on sale, buy 2, get 1 free. So let's talk about other promotions. That buy 2, get 1 free, that's 33% off. You're buying 2, but you're only saving the value of the third one. So you're saving 1/3 or 33%. A buy 1, get 1 half off. You're saving 25% when you divide that savings out over both items. So those are sales that, they could be a decent price. It could be an item that doesn't hit that 40% mark, and there are some of them. But for most of our items, they're items that we want to hold back on. We will see that sale go lower. I know when you're first getting started that holding back on a sale kind of feels painful. If that's something that you really, really want, you're like, but it's kind of on sale and then get 1. But don't get enough for 6 weeks. That's not this item's lowest price. Every item has a low price. I kind of skipped that. That's like basics 101, and we did that a month or so ago. But every item in a grocery store does have a low price, and we need to assume that it is 40% off or more. So that's what we're waiting on. I don't want to stock up just to find out that buy 2, get 1 free. 2 weeks from now, it's buy 1, get 1, and you're kind of kicking yourself because you stocked up and now it's on sale. So that's what we're really trying to help you do, is spot when should I jump? When is the best time to grab that item? So stay away on items that aren't hitting that 40% mark. Now, I mentioned that there are some things that don't hit that mark. And we can fly back here to the back of the ad because there's one particular company that is always going to hit that. And I pick on them a lot, but it's the truth. And that is anything that is made by Procter & Gamble. It's not going to hit a 50% mark. You're never going to walk in and you're never going to see Crest. You're never going to see Tide, buy 1, get 1. We got all right here. This is a great example. I have all detergent, buy 1, get 1. Never are you going to walk in and see Tide, buy 1, get 1. Never. I've been at this for 15 years now, couponing and 13 years almost running a deal site, never are you going to see it buy one, get one. Now we're going to see great prices, but not that price. So, I mean, there's a great example. Tide on the bottom, $3 off, all at the top, buy one, get one. So some of it is learning, if you are brand loyal, what my brand's lowest price is. Now, I would urge you, and this is like a soapbox, but could be a whole nother Q&A. I would urge you to not have brand loyalties. Brand loyalties cost you money. If you love Tide, you're saving $3 to buy it versus buy one, get one all. They're never going to touch in price. So just, try other brands. It won't kill you, but it will definitely save you a lot of money to be willing to switch up. I promise. Just try it. It won't hurt. So, go that route if you can. I'm not going to be in the store nagging you as you put things in your cart. I have tried that in years past. A sweet lady older lady walking through the store, putting cereal in her cart that was full price. And I stopped and I said, I got to just tell you that is buy one, get one at Publix right now. And she looked at me like I had 7 heads, and she walked away like, this lady's crazy, trying to tell me in Kroger not to buy something. But I felt like we needed that small little intervention moment. She did not, but I just couldn't keep it to myself. I won't do that to you, I promise. In the store, if you want to buy Tide, you can buy it, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's not going to be the price of the other items. So just so you kind of hit that from the beginning. So we got that we're looking for a 40% off sale, and that some brands are not going to hit that, and then also some sales to avoid. And we're going to talk about some more in a minute. So one other thing to hit on is, I mentioned kind of knowing the buy one, get one, knowing that a buy one, get one is good. But it is important to know what your store's promotional model is. And we've talked about this in the past, but like if you are a Kroger shopper or even a Food Lion shopper, for example, you're not gonna walk in and find a ton of buy one, get ones. Now, Kroger is kind of an exception this week because they did have some big sections that were buy one, get one. None of them were advertised. But typically, buy one, get one isn't how they run promotions. It's mega events. That's what Kroger does. And so you kind of have to learn their promotional model and learn the items that it's the same items. They're just rotating through the same items on different mega events. But I'm not necessarily waiting for buy one, get one sales. That's not what they do. So some of this is going to change based on the store that you've picked, but you'll learn that. You'll learn how they run their promotions, and you'll learn what promotions are the best promotions to look for. So it's rare that I give Food Lion a call out, but I thought I actually would, because Food Lion's promotion this week is one of the better promotions that they run. So we might as well give them kind of like a big, thumbs up for running one of the better sales that they could run. I'm going to pull it up and show you what I mean. So Food Lion, a couple times a year, will run a big buy two, get one sale. They're also running some kind of almost mega event type sales. But they have a buy two, get one free sale. And why this is good for Food Lion, yes, I just told you buy two, get one free is only a 30% off. But it's knowing your store and knowing your store's promotions. And why this is good is that so often when they run this, which isn't very often, so I guess I kind of worded that wrong. When they run this, they always put those items on sale, or most of the items. So the items are on sale and they're buy two, get one free. Now we're talking, because now it's not just a 33% off sale. Now it's the sale and a free item. So I don't want to, always bash Food Lion. They do have moments, and if you live near a Food Lion, this is this week's ad that ends tomorrow. So it's been up all week. I just didn't, give it its own Q&A. But here's your moment. So just to kind of realize you're getting that discount. So Tillamook, for example, is normally $4 a piece. Now it's 2 for $7, but it's really 3 for $7 once I throw in that free item. Now we're talking, versus it being normally, it would have been $12 for 3 of them. Yeah, we've hit that 40% mark. So That's part of learning your store's promotions, because if I told you just blanketly avoid every buy two get one free, you would avoid the one sale to actually get in Food Lion, because they don't run a ton of promotions. So there you go, Food Lion. You had your like 2 seconds of fame that I don't ever give you. And I know a few of you do have a Food Lion nearby that's your kind of number one store, definitely for folks in the North Carolina area. So look for that sale every time they run it. Don't miss it. Okay, so some questions that I've seen come in, and to pull those up. Jessica says, since someone else is asking about Walgreens, is it okay to mix register rewards and balance rewards in the same transaction? Is there anything to be careful of? It's totally okay. If you want to check out in Walgreens all in one transaction, you can. The tricky part is if I'm buying something that tells me that I have to buy $20 worth to get balance rewards, that I wouldn't want to use balance rewards. But I could use register rewards. Those would not affect that total. The real quirk would be using balance rewards on that all purchase together deal for Walgreens, because you would end up not getting some of your rewards if you did that, or potentially not getting some of your rewards. So if you want to throw them all together, don't buy more than one of a register reward deal. It won't print more than one coupon per transaction for that deal. You can buy lots of different register reward deals, just not multiple of the same, and throw it all in. You'll be just fine. Shouldn't have really any quirks with it. And Wendy, off topic, what are my thoughts on Home Depot canceling Black Friday? Wendy, I think this is what we're going to see across the board. So they've canceled basically a weekend-long event, and they've said they're going to turn it into a 2-month-long event. PR-wise, I'll say it's not going to work the way that Home Depot wants it to work. They really should have asked JCPenney how that's worked in the past for JCPenney's. Didn't work for JCPenney's. They realized that people kind of get sailed out, and people realize, wait, this stuff isn't on sale. You're just pushing it for 2 months. So I don't know that it's going to work the way Home Depot wants it to work. I do still think you're going to see them hold on to some of their best deals to that week of Black Friday, because they're not going to want to feel like they got left out. Everybody else is running a lot of online deals in that particular week, and you're going to see them do the same thing. Will they run some great sales over this 2-month period that they're telling us they're going to run? Potentially. I do know they have one actually really great sale. I tried to post it like 7 a.m. this morning. I got a heads up on it, and I didn't know if it would stay in stock. I guess I should check before I mention it. But if you want one of those really fun ladders that like changes all around, it's like Legos for adults. But it's a ladder that can be all those different positions. It's $99 this week, for 2 weeks while supplies last, and it's normally a $200 ladder. So if they want to keep dropping things like that, it's one deal. That's their big deal this week. If they want to keep dropping things like that, then yeah, I'm good with it. They can cancel Black Friday if they want to give us some decent deals, but we'll see what they kind of hand us. And I do think we'll still see a great Black Friday week from them, because they're not going to want to kind of miss the push of everybody still having that mentality of shopping. I mean, that's when most people hold out for sales, and they're gonna do the same thing. You're conditioned to shop that week. Danielle's asking, can I use expired coupons from this past week from the P&G? I didn't get to use a lot of my coupons because everything was sold out. So no, there are not a lot of stores that are going to take them, and because of the way coupons are now coded, Danielle, we used to just have like a barcode, and now they have a data bar. The data bar that is on a coupon actually has the expiration date factored in. So when it gets scanned in the store, the computer will reject it, saying this coupon has expired, where it used to totally depend on the cashier catching that expiration date. They don't have to anymore. The barcode's going to catch it for them. So you're kind of going to be stuck and not have a way to use it. The plus side, some of those coupons that are gone are actually still available as digital offers. So you can't use your insert, but you could still have coupons to use at a few different stores using the digital versions, which are sometimes good all month long. So at least check and see what's there. Okay, so Lindsay says, how do I work out the higher prices in a Publix versus Kroger, for example? So Lindsay, you will start to learn what the prices are for the items that you purchase, And you'll start to see that when you start to compare promotional models, that the prices all end up being about the same in the end. So does Kroger have a lower price on certain things than Publix? Potentially. If we're talking, I wouldn't end up grabbing a ton at Publix in the personal care section. I would tend to stay away from that section. It's the most expensive aisle in Publix. Kroger does put those items on sale a little bit more often than Publix does, but I also don't buy personal care in a grocery store. So that's really where I would push you to, is that we're buying groceries in a grocery store, we're buying personal care and household in a drugstore or Target or online, now that Amazon matches everything that Target does. And kind of realizing where I want to get certain things. But when it comes down to groceries, for example, if we use the item search on Southern Savers and you go searching specifically for certain items that you regularly purchase, on the item search, you can actually put in Publix and Kroger. And I can see every time that they've been on sale in the past 6 months. It will give you that historical data. You would quickly see, wait, these guys are all hitting the same price. So Publix is hitting it through a buy one, get one sale, and then I'm pairing in a coupon. Kroger is hitting it by putting it a little bit on sale and then putting it on a mega event for another $1 off, which usually equals the buy one, get one price. So when I'm waiting for the sale price, they're almost the same. And I'm not, this will be my answer kind of in the end of how do I work out the higher prices, I'm not purchasing the full price item. So I'm only going to grab it when it's on sale. And that's the goal, is to never have to grab it when it's not on sale. So obviously that takes a little bit of time to get to. You have to be able to have a little bit of a stockpile going. You've shopped some of the sales. You've not missed the last buy one, get one sale. So if you're just getting started, you're gonna get started slowly and build your stockpile up. But once you have a stockpile, then I am just going into the store just to shop the sales. And those sales are pretty much evened out, and we get pretty much the same deal across all of the stores. It's the brands that are running those sales, by the way. Brands are the ones that fund buy one, get ones. Brands are the ones that are funding or signing up to fund on the mega events. So they're going to be the ones that are kind of plateauing that price across all of the different stores. So hopefully that helps a little bit. So Wendy, I just saw your question pop in. I know you always buy name brand for a coupon or with a coupon over a store brand. So how does that apply for baby formula? Helping a friend, and the Walmart brand is 1/4 the price of Similac. Wendy, I think you have nailed that one. When it comes to formula, that is such an expensive product that house brands, they're always gonna win. It is not a product that we see buy one, get one. We might see some promotions on it, like Kroger will do the baby aisle, buy $40 worth and get $10 back. House brands apply there too. I would always stick on formula to house brands if you can. I know sometimes kiddos need to be on specific formulas or they get attached to one and you don't want to change it up. I get that. But if you can, a house brand is by far cheaper than any other option. And just to mention, I don't know that there is one right now, but we do see, even for house brands, for Walmart and for Kroger specifically, we've seen Ibotta's for those in the past. And I can check and dig. I didn't check before we went live. I don't buy formula a lot, but that's something to look for anyway inside Ibotta, because it's potentially a whole other way to save. Okay, Anne says, let's talk drugstores for a second. I don't understand the rewards part, extra care box and register rewards. It just seems like I'm swapping out money. So Anne, I get that. When you're first getting started and I tell you, go buy these 2 toothpastes at Walgreens this week, use a $1 coupon, you're gonna owe $4.98 and you're gonna get back a $5 reward that you're thinking, well, that's free, how? I still paid $4.98. Yes, you did. So the first time that I buy a deal in any drugstore, I have to pay that amount. So the deal that I just mentioned, it is an actual deal this week. You can go to Walgreens, buy 2 Colgate toothpastes, use a $1 off 2 coupon. You will pay $4.98, and you would get back the rewards, or I might even be off on my math there. You might end up paying less than $4.98, but whatever you pay, you're gonna get back the full amount in rewards. So the first time. But the next time I go in, I'm gonna have rewards. I earned them the last time I was in the store, and I can use those rewards to pay for the next deal that I get. And that deal will give me more rewards, and I can use those rewards to pay for the next deal that I get. Now, Walgreens does have some decent deals, and that deal is in Walgreens. I'm actually a CVS girl, and I have been for 15 years. CVS is what got me hooked on couponing. And for us in CVS, we will usually spend, on average, maybe $100 in CVS for the whole year. But we will save, and CVS is great because they'll send you these little mailers and telling you, and emails telling you. Last year, for example, we spent, I think, $120. It was a big year in CVS. We spent $120 over the whole year, and we saved over $1,800. The amount of stuff that we left with for that $120, because I've always got rewards. I'm coming in, I may end up paying $1 or $2 here on different transactions, maybe a total of $5 out of pocket for the whole day if I did a few different deals. But I just got $70 worth of stuff, or whatever it might have been, because you're using rewards to pay for most of it, and you're really only going to end up paying the tax or the little bit that your rewards didn't cover. So when you're first getting started, it does feel like, wait, I owed $5 and I got $5, so where's the deal in this? But it's just because you didn't have any rewards. And once you have rewards, then it kind of like turns into magical land, and you start to see the possibilities of, wait a second, I come in here and I pay you with Monopoly money and coupons, and you give me more Monopoly money back, and we all go home happy. Like, you're wondering at what point are they going to wake up and realize that I paid $0.25 for all this stuff. They don't. They're happy as a lark. You paid $0.25, you're happy as a lark. It's magical, but you just have to get to that point. And it does take a couple weeks until it starts to click for you, and you start to see, oh, I get this. I like this place. But it will. It will click, and then you will fall in love. Okay, so Latania's asking a question on stocking up. We're talking about, grabbing the sales. I see that it's a great price today, and we're talking about what is that great price. So when I see that great price, I want to remember that it will not be back on sale for 6 weeks. So Latania, you're kind of saying 3 or 6 months. It's really just 6 weeks in each store. That's the rotation that we tend to see for most major products. For example, Mueller's pasta is going to be 47 cents at Publix, or is 47 cents at Publix, sorry, right now through tomorrow night or Wednesday night in Florida. But that price we saw easily 6 weeks ago, if not sooner, on Mueller's pasta. It's regular, so I don't need to go in and get 6 months worth of pasta. I need to just get enough for 6 weeks. I will see that sale again. I will see the same coupons again, definitely. Procter & Gamble, I give them a hard time on their pricing, but their coupons, you could, just every month, I'm gonna get a new coupon for toothpaste. Every month, I'm gonna get a new coupon for Tide. Now it's printable, but you're always gonna have some of those offers just recurring, the same coupons. So don't go overboard on a lot of items. There are some exceptions, Latania, when you're stocking up. So a couple of those, just so you know, baking items, they tend to follow big holidays. We're currently in the middle of a glut. We have not seen baking items since July 4th, and we will not see baking items back on sale until we hit the beginning of November. So the beginning of November begins Thanksgiving shopping. They start a little early, thankfully, but there won't be any major sales on flour, on all of the true basic baking ingredients for you to work from scratch. We'll see buy one, get one sales on boxed cake mix and various things, but not your flour and your starch and your yeast and everything else that you might want. You gotta wait till a holiday. So it's that Thanksgiving, Christmas window, Easter, and July 4th. That's all we got. So if you're a huge baker, that's your 6 month mark. But most other items aren't in those pockets. We see a similar pocket for stocking up on temperature specific foods. So we're currently in summer mode, but summer mode really, it kind of ends mid-September. We're starting to see soups come on sale. We actually got a new soup printable coupon today. You will never find a soup coupon in the middle of July. They know that it's crazy hot and that you don't want soup. but it is back on sale and we are going to see coupons for it. I don't know that we'll see a lot of coupons this fall, by the way, because soup still isn't really back in stock in some areas. But we are getting more offers, hopefully, and definitely getting more sales as we get back into winter months. And there are other things that follow suit with that. So you've got soup, you've got apple cider, hot cocoa, that follow that trend for things that we only eat in the winter. Another example, they don't even sell canned pumpkin until the fall. It is not in the store in the middle of the summer. So if you thought, I'm gonna make a pumpkin pie in July, good luck. I mean, you might be able to find one can, but you might want to check the expiration date on that can too before you go and purchase it. It's just not a year-round item. And so there are no year-round sales either. So Rhonda says, she wants to know if there are any TV sales. And my husband, Rhonda, just to give him points, he just put in parentheses. So he sends me some of y'all's comments when I miss them. He put in parentheses, she didn't buy one last week. Be nice to her. So Rhonda, there aren't any more TV deals. It's just Labor Day weekend that we tend to see them. You may see some that are kind of on sale or mentioning that they're on sale. They're not going to be anywhere near the price that we saw last week. So if you can, if this isn't, life or death, I really would hold off for the Black Friday sales. You're going to get a much bigger TV for the same amount of money or much better deal than you would right now when they're just kind of maybe $50 off to wait till closer to the holidays. And what inserts do Nivea and Tide and Gain come in? So the Tide and Gain, those are P&G products, so they're always going to be in that P&G insert. Nivea, I have to check really quick. This is where I used to have a Q&A with my mother who types up all the coupons, but I don't always remember their inserts. So Nivea, let's see. I could take the easy way out here and say it's either in the Retail Me Not or the Smart Source, but that doesn't give you your answer. So I don't know. All of our current Nivea coupons are expired, so I can't tell you on an insert one what insert they're normally in. But if you're getting the newspaper, then you would have those inserts. That would be your best bet to go. But I don't know. Oh, my mom is sending me a message. We'll see what she says. It's like now you guys get a secret Q&A with my mom. If you want to ask any other coupon database related questions, this is your moment. And Rhonda says, I couldn't find any Bullion coupons this summer and I missed the sales. So you're right. You're right in that line. That's like cooking stock. But even cooking stock is one where we will see the buy one, get one sales, but not as often during the summer, because what are you going to turn that into? You're typically going to turn that into soup or another hot item, and it isn't something that a lot of people make from scratch during the summer. But you're here, so you can go ahead and you can start to stock up on it. Really, the minute Labor Day happens, fall has happened in the grocery store. They are ready and waiting to bring back all those items, and you will start to see more and more and more of them coming on sale. So you've almost made it. And Wendy is saying hi to you, Mom. So as you are, my mom always hops on and watches. I think some of it's because I'm an only child. This is just the life of an only child. And some of it's because she knows that I end up referring to her a lot in terms of coupons. So Retail Me Not, that's where your Nivea coupons are. If you're going to specifically just get that one insert. Okay, so jumping back, and I will say, so I see Janice is answering a question for Carl on YouTube and asking about expired extra care bucks. Janice is saying up to 3 days. It's really going to be store specific on that one. The across the board corporate answer is no. They do not take expired extra care bucks. And if you are paperless, so my extra care bucks, for example, are only in my CVS app. I don't ever get a paper one. When they expire, they're gone. They are cleaned out of the app, so you wouldn't be able to use them. If you find one that will take an expired extra care buck, Janice is saying hers is 3 days. Just keep in mind that you have found a sweet store because it is against the policy and they are having to do some finagling to make it work. Okay. Okay, to jump back in and kind of keep working on down. You missed the sales on TV. I'm sorry you missed them, Rhonda. They were really good sales for Labor Day, and yeah, I would hold tight if you can. I don't know. I mean, a TV, this is where we could have a whole nother Q&A, budget Q&A. Is it a want or a need? Try to wait if you can. Okay, so we've hit a lot. To kind of move on, I mentioned that there is a tip of how you can spot historical sales, and I kind of gave it away in saying the item search. But if you've not used the item search, or you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out what is a great price on something in the grocery store, use the item search. It's right there. It's on the right hand side of the site. I'm going to go ahead and hit the blue button and not enter anything just to pull it up. But in all of these boxes, and let me make it really big for you guys, pulling up, you're going to have some options, but I can sit here and I can plug in specifically what I want. And I can see every sale that we've had on that item in one store, in multiple stores, anything you're wanting, back for 6 months. Now we cut you off at the 6-month mark because it kills our servers, and we'd prefer you to not do that. So I think 6 months is enough data. I think you'll be fine. But for example, someone was asking for Nivea. So let's do Nivea for a second. It'll actually show us all the old coupons too. But I could put in Nivea. I could put in Nivea for the last 3 months if I wanted to. I'll go back to June 1st. And I could even just go one specific store or a couple. I have 6. These are the 6 that I use on a regular basis. I have that set in my profile, by the way. Up here in the far corner, you can do that. And I'm gonna hit search. So I'm gonna see every sale on Nivea in the 6 stores that I regularly shop at. It's gonna be a lot of sales, by the way. That's a lot of ads that it's been in. But I'm gonna start to see the regular price for those items. I'm also gonna see, some of these coupons are super old. These are coupons from June. They're not still out anymore. There's a Nivea from the Smart Source on June 14th. So it looks like Smart Source is possibly your way to go, or that's where it's been in the past. But I start to see, hey, a going price is about $2 in Publix, or we got down to $2.82 for men's face scrub. Now, if I'm trying to spot what a going price is, this is a great way to do it. If I'm trying to compare which store is getting the lowest price, I could put Food Lion and Publix, and I could put in some items that we regularly purchase and see which store is hitting that lowest price when it's on sale and when I have a coupon. But another thing I can do, if I'm just getting started and I desperately need something, even putting in a date of 4 weeks ago, I can see when was the last time it was on sale, because now I know how much longer I have until it is back on sale. So I'm telling you, everything comes on sale. So let's go to Mueller's, for example, as I was just mentioning it. And let's just look at one store. So we're gonna go Mueller's, and we're gonna look at Publix, and we're gonna hit search and show you it really does come on sale every 6 weeks. So we've gone back, we had it, this is every 4 weeks. We had it on sale August 12th, and now we have it back on sale September 9th. August 12th, we had an Ibotta offer, and it came down to 52 cents a piece. And this week, you have a insert coupon, it's 52 cents a piece. Now in my store, it's actually 10 cents cheaper. So it's gonna be, when you divide that in half, 47 cents. But hopefully that helps you to spot how this could be helpful. You're gonna see every past sale, kind of all right there, historical data. There are folks that like to create their own price list. We've done that too. So I'll have my husband stick this in the link, but if you want, you can find this yourself by clicking the Learn to Coupon tab. And on the Learn to Coupon tab, it's gonna walk you through everything we talk about, but one particular spot right here is a download the by price list. And this is what it looks like. It is just a long list of what is a good price for the items that you want to buy. Now, this does not factor in a specific store because we do see the same sale prices across most of the major stores. And you'll also notice if you pull it up, let me see how big I can make it for you guys too. Even if we just get one column here, but if we pull it up, you'll notice there are no brands. So it's just butter and eggs and cream cheese. It's just across the board, the prices we see, because for most items, we see the same sales running through. We see Mueller's on sale, and 2 weeks from now we'll see Ronzoni on sale, and maybe we'll have a coupon for Ronzoni. We haven't had any. This year is a unique year, but typically we'll see the same price across those major brands. Cereal, we see the same prices on cereal. Let me find where breakfast cereal is in this big huge list, all blown up. I would have helped if I had made this alphabetical, but I probably had some plan. Oh, there we go. Cereal is right here. Let me bring him down a little bit on this line. So cereal going price between 50 cents and $1.25. That's a pretty wide range, but I can't just put in the lowest price that we ever got, or you would never buy cereal again. You would have bought it one time on this crazy, crazy deal, and then the next time it was $1, you pass it up. You don't want to get in that point. You want to say, hey, this is within range and it's a brand that we eat, and we're going to go ahead and grab it. And maybe next time we do cream the $1 price and we get it for 50 cents a box. But be happy that you're within that range. But we see it all the time. General Mills, Kellogg's, they're all the same price. So no brands on this list if you're using it. You don't need to laminate this. It is going to work at any store that you're headed into. But you're going to quickly learn those prices. So I can guarantee if you're brand new, some of you are going to come home and like take a picture of your cereal because you just paid 50 cents a box and you're super, super excited about it. But you're never going to forget that price. So like I could give you a tour of the pantry and literally just count out, oh, I paid 10 cents for this and 12 cents. I remember, because even however many years later for me, it's still pretty awesome to walk out of that store and pay 25 cents for something that normally costs $4.50. Cereal itself is just magical. When you think about how much that box of cereal is full price in some of these grocery stores, and then you're walking out the door paying 49 cents, yeah, you're not gonna forget that. So you're not gonna need a buy price list for very long, because you're like, oh, I know that price. I got that one. And then slowly, as you buy more and more things and you get the deals on them, those things will be in your head too, because you're so super excited. There are meals I can sit down and kind of tell the whole family, like, I paid $6 for everything, including the meat that you're eating. Like, to feed a family of 7, that's a fun night. And you could probably do it cheaper if you aren't feeding a family of 7. But you get the point. You're not going to need a list to tell you what a good price is, a buy price list for very long. You will have achieved those prices. Oh, yes, and so Jessica's asking me to share another feature. I don't share this one very often, but I'm glad that it's helped you, Jessica. So for folks that are getting started, Jessica wants me to share the item or the savings tracker that is in the system as well. So let me go, I'm gonna go to the back end here for a second. And pull up the savings tracker. So the savings tracker lets you put in how much you've spent and how much you've saved. And I'll confess, Jessica, that I have not been using it this year, but I have totally used it a ton in years past. So the savings tracker, you can come in and put in what store you shopped at. So I went to Publix. I want to add Publix, and I can put in how much when I went. So let's say last week I went to Publix. I spent $57.25, and then break down how much was store, how much was coupons, how much was Ibotta's or rebates, and it will keep track of that for you. So I saved. I always save more than I spent in Publix, which is super fun. So let's say I saved $59.10. Of that $59.10, 27 of it was coupons and 8 was rebates. Then I'm going to get a tracker that is keeping track of my overall savings in the end. And if that, I'm glad to hear that that's motivated you, Jessica. It was something that I did religiously for a while, and I've not done it this year, but it is a feature of the site. So I don't want to sound bad. I do use the list and definitely coupon. I just don't always use the savings tracker. But if this keeps you motivated, do it and use that. Now, one other, so not to say you shouldn't use that feature, but this is probably why I don't necessarily. But But if you use the Fetch app, Fetch does this as well inside the app. It doesn't keep track of your coupons used or your Ibotta offers, but it does keep track of how much you're spending in the grocery store. And so when you are scanning your receipts in the Fetch app, it will constantly show you what you have been saving, and you'll see all your receipts lined up and how much you've spent over that month. It doesn't show you your savings, so that's where the savings tracker comes in. But you know, if you're at least doing a good job of scanning your receipts, you can look by store even inside the Fetch Rewards app, and you're getting your points for scanning your receipt in there. I don't have a point system on our back end. We're gonna figure that one out. But the savings tracker, I'm glad you're using it, Jessica. It makes me happy, and hopefully that will motivate some of you guys too. Okay, so to dive in, one more question. Do I find the prices in Florida higher than other states? Emily, that's a great question. It's kind of a yes and a no, but not that bad. So you're gonna find a lot of things for Florida. Meat and produce are higher. Your BOGO items, I mean, they may be like 10 or upwards, max 50 cents higher, but we will see that even across the same town. So that's not necessarily Florida related. That is just kind of just one side of town being more expensive than another side of town. And Publix does allow their stores to have a chance at the same profit margin. So that store is allowed to raise or lower their price on items. So folks will ask, like, how do I get a Publix list that's specifically the prices in my store? The only way to do that would be to walk your Publix for your own prices, because they're all different. There are some changes though that Publix in specific does change for Florida, and the biggest one there is Senior Day. There is no Senior Day in Florida. They do still have Senior Day, not in every area, but in most areas on Wednesday outside of Florida. I'm pretty sure Senior Day in Florida would just bankrupt Publix. So that's one of them. For the longest time, Florida didn't have doubling coupons. No one does now, which is a huge bummer. But that's how they were kind of keeping that profit margin the same. The biggest thing for folks in Florida to remember, if you're ever feeling like, oh, we pay a ton, is hold up. You don't pay personal income tax in your state. Businesses pay that for you. It has to come from somewhere. That is just how it works. So your state's still making money. They're making the money off of businesses. So to own a business in the state of Florida costs more money, and that is only going to get passed to you in the cost of products. So across the board, if you live in a state that has no personal income tax, you are going to tend to find that your product cost is higher for anything that you're grabbing. Now, that could mean for some of you that if you lived right along the border, that I grew up in Tallahassee, Florida, that you went to Thomasville, Georgia, and you bought your groceries in Thomasville. My dad lived like 3 miles from the border between Florida and Georgia, and there would be lots of times. I don't know that he did it to save money. I think he just liked going on a Saturday afternoon ride. But that could be one way that you look at it is, it's the same as going from one side of town to another to find the cheapest store. If you find that your Publix is marking up prices on your side of the town, I start doing my shopping on the other one, go for it. But that's all in that same answer. Oh, that's fun. So Wendy says, I come home from CVS every week and I have my husband and my son look at it and guess what I paid for it. They don't find it near as fun as I do, but they humor me. I love it. I think that that's great, Wendy. I don't know that I ever made them guess, but I would definitely want to show every deal when I got home for a very long time until I finally realized that no one was getting my excitement. So maybe that's when I started just sharing with you guys live. I don't know. Okay, so a few more things I want to hit before I run out of time. Oh, and my husband says that maybe you're training your family for The Price is Right. How many of us would be awesome at that show? I think we should all crash the audience someday if they're even still filming it, and we could just take them over and just win everything on The Price is Right. Okay, so I want to talk this one definitely, before we run out of time, there are some things in the grocery store that you always want to stay away from. They are never a deal. And the biggest one, the easiest one, is meat that is sold by the each. And I mention this every time we do this as a topic, because so many of our grocery stores, they do this. They do this on a regular basis. Actually, Publix has it in their ad this week, so I'm trying to pull it up. Here we go. I knew I could find it. This guy right here, fresh salmon cuts, and you see $4.99. Hold up, because that is not $4.99 a pound, which would be crazy, and you should like stop watching and go buy it. It is $4.99 for a 5.25 ounce portion. Now, for anyone that does homeschool math, this is a ratio problem. All the rest of us, we hated these in school, or I was always a math person, so maybe you hated them in school. But basically, if you do the math out, this is, it's like a third of a pound. It's a little less than a third of a pound. So you got to times that $4.99 by 3 and then some. So we're up to $15 a pound for salmon. That's a horrid price. So anytime that meat is sold by the each and not by the pound, stay far, far away. It is not on sale. And that is one, I've had folks that have helped me, and they'll type up lists and I will come in and just, I'm deleting. Like, what were you thinking? This is not on sale. If it ever slips through, you just send me an email because I messed up. But that's a huge one when it comes to meat. Never by the each. There are some produce items that are always sold by the each. There's no getting around that, so you can't use the same one for meat and produce. An example would be like avocados and broccoli. They're not sold by the pound. They're sold by the bunch or the individual one. But you still learn those prices after you've watched the sales or you've bought them once or twice, and you'll know them. Other things to avoid, and some of these you may not even realize. Spices are going to be buy one, get one at Publix this coming week. McCormick spices, we see them go buy one, get one in Kroger for the house brands. Buy two, get one is what they'll do for the name brands. Kroger doesn't tend to run buy one, get one on the name brands. But your best bet for spices, never buy a blend. Spice blends, they're mostly salt. And in terms of the price per spice, they're crazy high. So your best bet is to buy those individual spices when they're buy one, get one. Make your own blends if you want to. Google it. There's tons of recipes for spice blends. We actually did a whole post on spice blends that you can make yourself for some of the kind of classic blends that are out there. But it is much cheaper to make your own spice blend, owning the whole bottle of spice, than to purchase a spice blend. Another tip on spices in particular, if you don't have a warehouse memberships, you can get huge amounts of spices versus the cost per ounce in a grocery store. It's an astronomical difference. But another one would be to look at the international section. So Badia spices, I might be butchering their name. They're made in the US, but they're sold usually in the international section in a lot of grocery stores. The price, half the price of traditional, what we would view as US brands for spices. So same spice, and it's really like a subsidiary of some of the major companies for some of them. So look there to save money. If you're doing a recipe and it calls for some spice you don't have and they're not on sale, look there, the international section. You'll save a significant chunk to do that. Anything pre-sliced or pre-prepared, stay far, far away from that. Definitely in the produce section, those are never a deal. Go home and slice your own onions and whatever else, but don't pay them to do it for you. The only exception is Lowe's Foods. And Harris Teeter may do this too, I'm not sure. But Lowe's Foods, you can actually take them produce that you're going to buy in the store, and while you shop, they will chop it for you. That's fine. You still pay the price of the produce. You don't pay for them to chop it. That's kind of just Lowe's Foods being super swanky, which is great. If you're gonna get a deal on the produce and it's a decent price and you want them to chop it, go for it. But never buy the pre-chopped in a jar, container of something. You're gonna pay an arm and a leg for it versus just buying the pepper or buying the onion. and this is a hard one for some folks, but it's the last one that's the most expensive. Stay far away from those cases in the grocery store that are right by checkout with cold drinks. So think about that. They charge $1.79 for one 20-ounce Coca-Cola or 16-ounce Coca-Cola. So $1.79. Times that by 6 and think about how much you would be paying for a 6-pack of the same size that happens to be buy one, get one. It will never equal. And it's totally a convenience item. That's why it's there. Is you finish shopping and you're thirsty and you want it right now, don't do it. It's crazy, crazy expensive. And that's our goal, is to, only buy things when they're on sale, and that cabinet isn't it. So those are the huge things to avoid. And hopefully, if you just stay away from those, that'll help a little bit. There are a couple other things I wanted to mention too in terms of spotting a sale online. So we've talked a lot about grocery, but in terms of spotting a sale online, kind of going into the holiday season, we've got a lot of online deals that are coming out since no one's really shopping locally. Hands down, before you purchase something, if you're finding your own deal, you should always compare it across major sites. So if I find a deal that I think is a deal on Target, I should pull it up and I should see what's that price on Amazon. Pulling it up on Amazon and finding it there allows you to go somewhere else. There is a site, I've shared it with you guys before. I call them the camels. My husband and I are referring to this on a regular basis. But Camel lets us compare anything that we wanted to on Amazon. So let's come over here to Amazon. We've been looking at a lot of random things lately, mostly as I hunt for deals. So let's look at these packing cubes. I love packing cubes, by the way. We could also have a whole Q&A on packing cubes. I didn't even know they existed until we went to Scotland last year. Okay, so I'm not walking you through what I'm doing. All I'm doing is taking the URL from the top of this packing cubes page, and I'm plugging it in to camel.com. That's why I call it the camels. So it's 3 camels, camel.com, and I hit enter. They track everything on Amazon, and they will tell you the going price. Now, obviously, I picked a very bad example, so let's find a different example that isn't packing cubes. Let me go back to the homepage. Anything that I wanted to, they will, other than packing cubes, I guess, they will tell you how that item has been priced in the past. This looks fun. Marble runs, that are $138. That better be an amazing marble run. So I'm going to plug it in at the top again and hit enter, and I get what the price of this item has been. I see every fluctuation that it's done, and look, currently I would not recommend buying it. It is currently at its peak. It has never been that high in the entire history of the product. But I can also see, like, maybe this was a pricing error, so I might not want to gauge like that I didn't purchase it because one time in 2016 it went really, really low. But I can definitely see where the average of this item is. And if you don't want to look at a chart and figure it out, they tell you that down here too. So the average is $92.48, or 2 days ago, I have this a little too high. 2 days ago, it went to its current price, which is $138. Yeah, so we shouldn't buy that. That's a horrible price. Even though they're telling you that you're saving $11, no, this is the highest price it's ever been. So use that. It's an easy site to be able to tell, is this a decent deal? If you follow on social media, for me, I post a number of direct deals, that's what I call them, on social media that I don't actually ever post to Southern Savers. I just get them up on, because they go so quickly. The prices will change, they'll sell out. I can't take the time to write a whole post on that and then have it sell out by the time you read it. So if you're following on Facebook, we post a lot of directs, and you'll see me say this is the lowest price ever on Amazon, or the lowest price in years. I'm using the camels to tell you that. I don't have a price tracker, they do. But for you, I started first off finding the deal on Target, but I then found the same item on Amazon, and that is how I'm able to do that. There's not a Target price tracker. But now I could still go back and buy it on Target. Maybe Amazon has a horrible price, but what I'm trying to do is see what is the average price of this product, because no one store is not necessarily going to have some crazy deal that no store's ever had before. there's going to be, a commonality on sales the same way there is in the grocery store. We're going to see that the same way with the big sites too. So you can do that same thing and take advantage of that, finding that same product or something similar, and then comparing it through the Camels, or at least comparing it across multiple sites so I can see whether or not I have a good price before purchasing. And then one other plug here, since Jessica had me plug the savings tracker, but one thing you may not realize that is in the Southern Savers app, but the Southern Savers app, and I should have grabbed something here to demonstrate, but we have down in the bottom, I'm gonna just unplug the computer. Down in the bottom, this little piece is a barcode scanner. That dead center button is a barcode scanner. It's not meant to help you with groceries. It won't do you any good on groceries. It's meant to help you with online purchases. So that you could be in Target, you could scan the DVD with the barcode scanner. It's gonna pop it up, scan the DVD with the barcode scanner, and it's gonna immediately search Walmart, Target, Amazon, Best Buy, all of the major sites for what that item's price is right now. And the reason for that is that when you're in Target, you can price match at the customer service in the store and get that online price right now. So you have an instant way of knowing, is this a good price? I've used this even on Black Friday in stores. Now, I don't know that you're going to a store on Black Friday, but when they're telling you like, oh, this DVD player is only $20, and you scan it and you realize, wait, it's like still cheaper at tons of other stores. You're just trying to make me think it's on sale. But this is a good way to spot those. So use the barcode scanner in the store, or use the Camels, camel.com. I just want you all to have its own little nickname with me, but use them to help you spot what is a good price for the items that you're looking for. And hopefully that will help as you're digging for your own deals too. Okay, let's see. I think I've caught everybody. Oh, what's the name of the restaurant supply store that we go to, Sandra? We use the US Foods Chef Store. They have maybe 5 locations right now. I know they're building some more, and it's open to anybody. The other options in the South is Gordon Food Service, which is open to anybody. And I know some cities have restaurant depots, though a lot of them do require that you own a restaurant. They may waive that right now. But that is where we have grabbed them. And Nancy says she's never heard of Packing Cubes. Okay, so they're amazing. I'll just go on my own little soapbox there. I learned about them before my husband and I went to Scotland last year. I know that doesn't sound frugal. That's a whole nother Q&A. You can go back and find it, but we didn't spend really any money to go. But I did buy Packing Cubes before we went, and they're magical. You have all your clothes organized in these little boxes, but you can do that whatever makes you happy. So you don't have to unpack your whole suitcase every time you get to a new hotel, because we were in a different city most days. You could literally have your clothes by day in Packing Cube, or you've got undergarments in one and you have shirts in another, but I can quickly find, it's like having drawers in your suitcase, and it's amazing. And once you go Packing Cubes, you may never go back. So I don't know. Yeah, and my husband did not go in Packing Cubes. I went in Packing Cubes, and yeah, he's saying he may have stolen some of them. I'm pretty sure he did by the end of it, because it was just, I wanted to try. It was marvelous. Yeah, I hope I've changed somebody's life tonight. You can all become amazing packers as well. Okay, well, we actually made it through my whole list, and hopefully we have hit all of your questions too. Oh, Lynn, you know what? I'll go digging and try to find the spices for you really quick and stick that in the comments. It might be right after we finish, so keep just an eye on the comments, or I'll try to tag you in it if I find it after we get done on spices, but I'll send you the link for it. It was spice blends, so searching for southernsavers.com spice blends in Google might also pull it up. Okay. And good, Barbara is also saying that she loves Packing Cubes. I'm not the only person. No, I think you should all ask for them for Christmas and find out that they really are amazing. And you're looking for the scanner. So Marilyn, what I was saying, it's in the Southern Savers app. So if you go to the App Store and download the Southern Savers app, we are in Google Play and in the Apple Store. download the app, and the barcode scanner on Apple is in the dead center. On Android, it's in the top drop down, because nothing can be the same between the two of them, but hopefully that will help you find it better. Okay, I am going to go ahead and pop off. I hope that this topic helped you guys tonight. We have next week a specific topic was requested. I think it was Emily that requested it. And I'm looking back up because I wrote it down and now I don't even remember. Mistakes. So most common couponing mistakes, and her words were for beginners or lightly seasoned couponers, but even long-term couponers, we still make mistakes. So Emily wants to talk mistakes, and that's what we're gonna hit on next week. And obviously any questions that you guys have too, maybe it'll help us all learn from each other's mistakes. So same time, 8:30, always on Monday nights. So thanks for joining me tonight. I'll be back on tomorrow at 2 to do all of the top drugstore deals for CVS and Walgreens this week. So if you're available, join me then, Tuesdays at 2, or I'll be back on next Monday night. So you guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon.